Here's a SL500 2003 at LKQ. Put out January 23rd, 2021. It's hitting the front really hard. That Copart. Sold that Copart. And what the people did is they stripped all the electronics before it was sold at Copart. Even had like a junk ignition switch with bad on it just to put it in there with a key. Busted radio. The TCU is gone. All the electronics in the trunk were gone. I was like the first 5 in line, so no one really got any parts off this before I got here. Another thing is they stuck on MAZDA wheels all the way around just to have something to roll on. In the front, there's that freaking 3/8 gap between the wheel and the hubs. This thing had a lot of miles on it too. I didn't even really want it for a motor. Someone did pull up the transmission, and this is the second one I've seen with ostrich skin interior in Orlando. You got to watch out when you're buying that Copart. It falls within their rules as far as evidently the parts that they want on the car being there: ignition switch, instrument cluster, even if they're bad. Or in this case, there was no struts in back. There was all the accumulators were gone. The struts were the rear struts were in the trunk. I grabbed them for cores. The front struts were hand tight, so I took them out. It had a non-ABC pump that was broke off, so this thing had coilover conversion on it. So someone just put their junk struts in it. The busted power steering pump was in the trunk. I don't know why I didn't even want the busted one. Like I said, the transmission computer was gone. It had the shifter and basic, all the panels were around it. But everything, it looked good, but it was stripped before it even got to Copart. That's kind of sad. So you gotta watch out when you're buying cars from Copart. Obviously it wasn't running, but you know, what can you say about that? Have someone inspect it if you're not local to where the auction is. This is the actual key out of the electronic ignition switch out of the LKQ SL500. I didn't think you were supposed to be able to turn this at all. They might have jacked this up just so they could turn the key. I'm sure the board in this and whatever's bad, or burnt out chip or memory or something. That's why they had bad written on it. But I didn't think you were supposed to be able to turn that, because once you put it in there, it has to electronically read the remote, and then you're able to turn it. It'll actually click. So that's pretty much junk anyhow. I could probably find someone to see if they can read the module, and then they can program a new key to a module. Because I just sent one of my my electronic ignition switch to a guy on eBay with my working key. I don't think he needed the working key, but he programmed a new key like this style right here. Programmed a new key, sent both my keys back, works fine. So now I have 2 keys. You don't want to be stuck with one key with one of these. because you're gonna get screwed. Someplace when one key dies, you're gonna get screwed.